Hello, we're here. It's Monday and we're here on the live stream. It's a live stream day. Hello, everybody. Happy Mindset Monday. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Whew, today I feel electric today. Feels very big and vibey. And hi, so if you are here live, drop me a sparkle emoji. Whew, oh my gosh, sorry. I feel like totally a wave of energy. Oh my gosh. Sammy Lopez, will this video be saved on YouTube? Yes. So you can always find my the replays of these live streams on my YouTube channel in the Mindset Monday playlist. And there's like, oh God, there's hundreds of them. There's hundreds of them because damn. I just caught my own bicep in the oh shit, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. Anyways, yeah, so there are hundreds of live streams from the last 5 years in the Mindset Monday playlist on my YouTube channel. I also have hundreds of manifestation videos. So if you're ever in need of any sort of guidance as far as manifestation goes, or like what to manifest, or maybe troubleshooting what's going on, head to my YouTube channel because I have literally hundreds, maybe thousands by now of videos on there. And I know definitely thousands of hours worth of content. We've just been doing this, going live every Monday for 5 years. It's kind of nuts. So definitely the longest standing job I ever had. And that's only because I love you guys so much. So thank you and welcome. Okay, hold on. Raven says, pretty sure I jumped timelines this weekend. Please share, do tell. I need to hear the details. Carmen, welcome. Glad you made it. Thanks for the sparkle emojis. Oh yeah, if you're live, drop a sparkle. If you're watching the replay, drop a kitty. I guess that's just like our official thing is like live, sparkle if you're live, kitty if you're replay. Oh my gosh. So welcome everybody. Hi Jaisha, welcome. Oh my goodness. So happy to see everybody. Thank you for popping in. So, Kella Pop-Tart. I love that you talked about Chilesaurus Rex because my husband, if you guys remember during the whole Chilesaurus Rex thing that happened last year, it ended up turning into a real fucking debacle. And it was so painful for me that I couldn't even really talk about it. Like I'm like we're both just barely healing from it like recently. Because it was so honestly devastating. We put our fucking all into the whole chili project, and to be real, the company like fucked me over on the last day. Either they miscommunicated at the front, or they were a piece of shit on the end. Well, they were definitely a piece of shit on the end because they never even responded to a single email. They ended my campaign a day early, and I was supposed to have like a full like telethon thing with Tara Strong, the famous voice actor, is my friend. She's actually the voice of Chili. So we were going to do a live stream. We had all the stuff planned. And then they cut the thing off the day before they told me it was supposed to be cut off. And I just got, oh my God, my heart ripped out of my chest. I was devastated, so hard. And my husband and I worked so hard on that project. So it was very, very painful. And that's why I didn't really talk about it too much because I was just like literally ripped my heart out of my chest. So we've just been kind of healing about it. But lately he's been working on, I don't know if you remember, but there was a digital coloring book that was going to come out when the Chilesaurus Rexes came out. And so he's just been behind the scenes working on it. And he's just made a bunch of pages recently. So we've been adding to it. And now we're looking into putting the book out itself. And eventually we will look to work with another manufacturer to make the chili stuffed animals. But right now we're just looking at the coloring book. But here, thank you. Here she is. Remember her? Oh, I'm still a little raw. I'm literally getting a little choked up thinking about it because it was just so hard that, oh man, it was hard. Anyways, so, oh, she's so cute. She's not done. She will have her fucking day. promise. I promise. Like, I'm a determined ass bitch and I'm a Scorpio. Like, I do not forget. Like, I will log that away and it'll listen. It is on the fucking, it is there. It is happening. Don't worry. It is on the back burner. It's coming. But working on the fun, cute, the freaking coloring book pages are so funny. But it's a manifesting coloring book because it's just chilly and a bunch of like different fun scenes. Like he just drew. Can I tell him the one you just did? She's on a jet ski. So there's like somewhere she's on a jet ski and somewhere she's like doing yoga and like somewhere she's like in an amusement park. And it's just like a bunch of happy scenes. And so it's such a fun manifestation tool as well. It's going to be a visualization tool, the coloring book. So we're working on getting that brought forward. So I just thought I would drop the info. I don't know why I just came through. So thank you for those who are still interested, and she's still here. We still love her and we're still working behind the scenes to bring her to life. So what about you? Okay, so we're asking about ravens. Okay, she had a timeline jump. Let's see. You said IG crush lived overseas, but I ignored the distance and manifested them being closer to me. Found out the same day they live in my same neighborhood. No way. Whoa. Wow. Hold on. That's amazing. Just ignore the distance and was like, what distance? He's closer than ever. Wow. Dang. Hold on. I got a screenshot. That is amazing. That's incredible. That's so, wow. Congratulations. Hell yeah. That's so good. That's so cool. And I love it because it just speaks to there's no time, there is no distance. There isn't even really like a quantum jump. You know what I mean? Like the more I look into the science of manifesting, the more it really is just viewing an image from a different perspective. Look, it's like almost like if you had a map of the whole world and you were like you could only look at it through a magnifying glass, let's say, or you could only look at it through like a little tiny pinhole, and you can only see one area at a time. If you were just staring at one area, you would only see like one city. But all you would have to do is move this, and then you'd be looking at another part of the city or the world, whatever. That's how easy manifesting is, and that's like exactly what's happening scientifically because of the holographic nature of what's being transmitted to us, how our brain is both a receiver and a hologram, or excuse me, a holographic. It's a receiver and a projector. That's what I'm going to say. It both receives and projects as well. So there's a thing that is being received. We receive it through the brain. The brain then does or not the brain, the mind, whatever the fuck is doing the mechanism, projects it into 3D reality, right? So this is the science side of it. And the thing that it is being, that is transmitted is, they call it like a plate. They call it a film, and literally could be equivalent to a film strip, or you could also think of it maybe like a microchip or something like that, where everything, all the possibilities, like a game, like a motherboard, that's another one, a motherboard or something like that, where like in a video game, all of the potential possibilities for the entire realm are already created before you can even play the game. Like if you think about it, like, what's that game you play, babe? The car game. Where'd he go? Oh, he walked outside. Anyways, my husband plays this car game, and he's a car guy. So he's like, he spends more time fucking with his cars and like redoing the cars and making new cars and whatever, and like messing with his avatar to like make it look like himself, than he does racing, the actual things. And it's like they do a race and then they go and they fine tune, and they do a race and then they go fuck with the car and stuff. And all of that has to be in existence and created before he can even turn the game on and push start or whatever. I'm like, push start. I'm from Nintendo land. So think about like Earth the same way. Whatever the potential for possibility is in Earth, in the Earth realm, in the Earth game, has to already be a part of the program or the plate or the film, the projection, the source is already made, right? Like they say, everything that ever has been or ever will be is already made in creation. So because that is going on already, all you have to do is change your perception, what you're perceiving. Basically, like, again, if you were looking at a whole map of the world with just like a pinhole, you would just have to move where you were looking and eventually stop on the area that you wanted to look at, and then just stay peer there, you stay looking at that area, and then eventually the projection is going to have to change, just because this mechanism from source energy, your brain, and then out into the 3D world, that has nothing to do with you, and that's not going to change as long as you're on the planet. So if you can change, if you can shift where you are pointing your perspective and keep it there, it's just gonna change. It has to. And it's very simple, and it's not personal. Yeah, it's very it just is. It just is. So the job then, the trick is then to control where you focus your attention. And that's what 360 method is. Oh, that was 11:11 when I said that. Very, very important. Okay. Very important. So just being mindful that no matter what you're doing, always you're projecting your 3D reality out, and everything that's going on in your mind, whatever you perceive to be reality, is going to come to pass physically. So the idea of living from a new perspective, with a new expectation, living without needing to see physical results and being super consistent with it, meaning you're getting aligned into the vibration, into the frequency of your ideal reality every single day. And then you're doing everything in your power to stay there. And then you're doing it every single day. And then you're doing it every single day. And this is actually what becomes the practice. This is what becomes the technique. It's not about how many do you say, how many affirmations do you blah, blah, blah. It is, do you get into the energy and the vibration and the frequency of what you desire? And then do you stay there? And then do you do it again tomorrow? And then do you do it again tomorrow? And then do you make sure that you are making your frequency or your vibration or your however you want to look at your energetic output, your number one focus versus all the other shit that you're trying to manifest. This is why there's so much struggle with manifestation sometimes, is you're putting all of your focus on the 3D reflection, and it's like stunting the manifestation process, because if you were to simply change what you perceive about the 3D, it would change faster than if you were to then looking at the 3D and saying, I don't like it, I wish it was like this. I don't like it, I wish it was like this. I don't like it, I wish it was like this. You're kind of giving this back and forth constant energy, and you keep acknowledging it as that thing that it currently is. And therefore, it's a lot harder for it to change and to manifest, because you keep saying, it's not the way I want it to, but I want it to be like this. It's not the way I want it to be, but I want it to be like this. Whereas if you were to just live in a space where it was just like, it is what I love, it is what I like, it's what I love, it's for me, it's always for me, it is what I want, constantly, no matter what's going on in the 3D projection, you would move your reality like way faster. And that's the key to quantum leaping, quantum jumping, is you are switching the vibration, you're switching the frequency, you're switching the perspective, like we were talking about, to one of where you want to go. And then you're staying there all day, however you can. 360 method. That's what I came up with to do it. This is the way that I had to do it, because I didn't know how to stay in it. I kept falling out, right? I kept getting triggered all day long. So I had to challenge myself. 30 days, no triggering, or no reacting to triggers, at least. And then the 30 days became 60, and then it became 90, and then it's been 5 years. And now it's 360 method, and it's top to bottom, inside out. That's why it's everything all the time, because you're always manifesting, and you are creating a 360-degree projection of your reality all the time. That's why I called it 360. It's all of the things. It's everything that encompasses you. And so if you spent the majority of your focus working on subtly tweaking and shifting the way you're perceiving what you see, and not needing it to be anything to appreciate it, to enjoy yourself, and to continue to affirm that things are working out for you, that's when a quantum leap happens. But it happens over and over. You have to be consistent in that. And the other thing I want to say too, that was coming through to me earlier, now this is the perfect time. They're like, this is it. When you're doing this, you're not getting into this vibration, you're not getting into this mode, you're not getting into this mindset just so you can get to where you want to go. You are getting into this mindset because every single day, this is who you have to be in order to ascend to where you want to go, every day, every day, every day, for the rest of your life. And you're never, ever, ever skipping on this or putting this on the back burner, because this is the most important thing that exists. There is nothing more important than tapping into the source energy or to your highest potential before you do anything. Literally nothing more. It's like if you were to vacuum your whole house without plugging it in first. You'd make some pretty lines in the carpet, but that's about it. You're not actually moving anything. You're not doing the job. And so I feel like my purpose right now has shifted into sharing, like, if I can impart anything into you, like, please hear me when I say every day, no exception. I don't care how you feel today and how you feel tomorrow. I don't care if today's a 10 and tomorrow's a fucking 1. I don't care if today's a 1 and tomorrow's going to be 10. Every single day, you make yourself elevate your frequency into that place. Every single day, you make yourself pay attention to what you're thinking and saying and what you're expecting, and you make yourself choose a better outcome for yourself, a better mindset. Every single day, you're being cautious how you're reacting. You're letting yourself feel. We let ourselves feel, but the mind, the thoughts that we think that go along with the triggers, the feelings, the experiences, they do not get to tell a diminished story. You don't get to then assume that things aren't working out for you. Everything that happens, whether it's good or bad, is always in your favor. Yas, 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 me. Every single time, no matter what happens, cool, that's going in my favor. Even if it's ripping your heart out, cool, that's going in my favor. Because that's the truth, and that's the overall direction that you're being guided. And so the more you can affirm that, that becomes its own habit. Pretty soon, the 3D reality, whatever, I don't care. I don't need this to do anything. By the way, it looks fucking amazing. Actually, thank you. This is incredible. This is what I used to manifest. This is what I used to visualize and dream of. Same for you. So you're always going to be creating what's coming in the best way possible. And you're also always going to be creating what's coming in the most ominous way possible. So fucking watch out. Be careful. Stay on top of it. Because if you don't, you're going to continue creating a reality where you're not getting what you want, where people don't treat you the way that you want to be treated. And it's not because you don't have value, and it's not because you don't have worth, and it's not because you're shh. It's because you keep letting yourself think that way. It's because when the 3D reality, who gives a fuck, does anything, it doesn't matter, you start telling a different story. That's when you lose it. But when you're able to continuously, consistently stay in alignment with your new story, with your chosen reality, your chosen version, no matter what happens, no matter what your day throws at you, no matter how you feel, and you do it over and over, and you do it every single day, not because you're trying to get an outcome, but because that's who you are, because you're the kind of person that operates with the power that creates worlds at your fingertips, because you're the kind of person that operates like somebody who gives a fuck about who they are and where they're going in life, because you're the type of person that operates like somebody who's getting there, who isn't just fucking dreaming, but it's actually going and achieving and reaching and going forward from there. And that only comes with consistency and a continued dedication to put yourself into an elevated space mentally and energetically every single day, every single day. And another thing I think I'm here to really share is, like, you have to do this every day, and you have to make an effort at it. And hold on, I need some. I think a lot of people look at me and they're like, oh, it's easy for you. You're always so blah, blah, blah. But like, when I tell my story about like I had to challenge myself to not be a bitch for a month. Do you understand what kind of like reactive personality, or what do I want to say, habits I was carrying around for me to have to say that to change my life? Like, okay, you cannot react negatively to anything for a month. Thank God I did. It changed my life. But like, I want you to know that like positivity doesn't just come easy to me. I have to make myself do it every day, every day, every day. Okay. Like some days I wake up and I'm like, yes. But most days I'm just like, oh God. So, like, I'm telling you from real world testing, for 5 years straight, the days where I meditate and get into that vibe are 1,000 times better when I don't. And the other thing is, like, if I don't meditate, if I don't make that time for myself, and I don't want to affirm this, but I'm just, as the evidence has shown, I'm gonna get triggered. Something's gonna, and I'm gonna get into a fucking mood or whatever I don't want to be in. And I don't like that. I don't like it. And then I get mad that I'm in it. And it just starts this whole thing. And so LaShante is like, it's not, this is hard for us Scorpios. You got to understand we're built different. Thank you, LaShante. Yeah. And listen, I'm a Scorpio, and like, no shade to anybody in my life, but I didn't grow up like in the most like positive environment. And like, there was a lot of like anger in the home. So that is like how I learned to deal with things. So I just, and like, that's how I was programmed. And still to this day, that's kind of what's under there. Right. So I work every single day to get into where I need to go. Trista said, hard for us Geminis too. One of my best friends is a Gemini. So listen, I know. Oh my gosh, I know it. So like, but I also have a best friend, like a really good friend. I'm like, I guess we just said it. It's a best friend too. She's one of my best friends, who's also a Gemini, who is like, I'm like, how are you so, like, you're so amazing all the time. You're so positive, and just like, I don't know how she does it. So, but Gemini, right? So, how Gemini of them. I got one of each. Anyway, so long story short, I'm just going to continue hammering in this message that there's nothing more important than the alignment first. Alignment, then work. Alignment, then phone call. Alignment, then Instagram. Alignment, then live stream. Alignment, then exercise. Alignment, then work. Whatever, I don't know, whatever, all the things, whatever the things, okay? First alignment, okay? Always, always, always. And it will drastically improve your life. I promise. And actually, if you're somebody who has taken on my manifestation practices, since I know, like, I don't know if Froggy's here. I know she has for sure. And you have some testimonials about what has happened when you started taking this meditation practice seriously, the like the epic meditations that I in my program, or the style that I teach. I know we had someone talking about it on the fuck it class that we were on last week. I had a screenshot somewhere, but I don't want to have to dig it up right now. Okay, Tam says, I had a day last week where I didn't meditate or tap, and it was not one of my best days. I hated it so much and will never do that again. You know what's so funny, Tam? I was literally thinking this morning about the last time, the last day I remember the same thing, where I was like, okay, I'm never doing this again. I'm never skipping a day again. I can remember exactly what I was doing, exactly what happened. I even wrote about it in my freaking book because it was such a wake-up call, where I was like, okay, meditation does not carry over to the next day. Just because you meditate, it's just like brushing your teeth. Brushing your teeth does not carry over from yesterday to today, okay? If you fell asleep and woke up, you need to brush your teeth again. You know what I'm saying? Like, meditation is the same way. It does not carry over from Saturday to Sunday. It does not carry over from Monday to Tuesday. Mondays is Mondays. Tuesdays is Tuesdays. And so if you're up and at 'em, if you're doing the day, you better meditate first. Not you better, but I'm telling you right now, it'll change your life drastically. Thank me fucking later. Come back to this thing and be like, okay, you were right. And I know you will. I know you will, because I just know it's that life-changing. Tam says, I've started meditating in the mornings and another before bed. You know what? Honestly, the nights when I meditate before bed and in the morning, I feel incredible, actually. You know what? I'm going to start meditating myself to sleep again. Because you're right. I feel so amazing when I get two in. But yeah, start with at least one every day. AD says, I needed some motivation right now. Great timing. Good. You're in the right place. So basically, like, I want this to be the place where it's like, okay, I need to hone my practice and my skill. This isn't the place where like, oh, I'm like, let's not make this the place of wah, he didn't text me back. Who fucking cares? Fuck that dude. He's a piece of shit. He doesn't see how amazing you are. Fuck that person. Let's talk about how do you stay aligned? How do you get everything that you want? How do you be the best version of you? How do you create the reality that you want? How do you hone your skills every single day to remain that person? And not just remain the person, but increase and improve and continue to grow who you are because you deserve it. And aren't you that person? And aren't you here to live your best life? Aren't you here to be your best version? Aren't you the fucking shit? Honestly, if you really think about it and dig underneath all of it, aren't you the fucking shit? Aren't you though? Don't you kind of already know it? And like, can I just be the person that says, please be the shit in your life? Can you please just act like you know you're the fucking shit? And you don't have to do it from, it's not a selfish vibe. It is like, it is a 100% ownership of who you fucking are and being unapologetic about that. Like, this is who I am. This is what I'm into. This is what I'm about. Love it or leave it. I don't care, but I'm going to be the most me that I can in every single day because my clock is fucking running out. It may feel like days are just spreading out in front of you endlessly, one after the other, but they're fucking numbered, babe. In this incarnation, at this moment, this time, to do what this body came to do, you don't have forever for that. You have forever to come back and keep doing it over, but you don't have forever to do this time right now again. So give it your all. Let it be everything that you want and desire for yourself and for the world, for the people around you. Abby says, I only meditate at 9. I'm too grumpy in the morning. Okay, Abby, that's exactly why you need to meditate in the morning. I promise you, it'll change your life. I promise. Because I'm like that too. Because there's sometimes where I'm just like, ugh. Like, it takes me a minute to get into it because I am sassy. But the second I close my eyes and I just start chilling, oh my God, I feel like 10 times better immediately. It's like 100 pounds of bricks are off my shoulders. Just do it. Make yourself. Make that be the most important thing you do. Like, it goes in front of everything. The only thing I could say it doesn't go in front of is like kids. I don't have kids, but I can just imagine sometimes you don't have like full control over all the faculties, right? However, you got to carve out a time for yourself, okay? Mothers and fathers and parents, whoever you are, raising children, do not forget to put this time in for yourself as early as possible. Missy says, I fall back to sleep. Then go to bed earlier. Oh my gosh. Myra, I have some meditations on YouTube. I'm also going to be expanding my Big Beautiful Dreams Club. And soon it's going to be basically the spot you check into every single day for your meditations, your affirmations, your exercises to help get you into the frequency, into the vibration of your ideal reality. And then it's also going to have stuff that's going to help you stay there. There will also be trainings. There's going to be accountability. Of course, we have our amazing community. And it's really going to be a place that is going to support you in your manifestations all day long. I'm also creating I don't want to give too much away until I'm ready to launch it. But there's going to be some really amazing new things that I'm putting in there to help you when you're triggered in those actual moments. So, bigbeautifuldreamsclub.com, excuse me. I started reading the chat and then my brain started doing the thing. So back to focus. Bigbeautifuldreams.com is our club, or else you can scan up in the corner if you want daily help and a place to go to settle into these rituals and make this your daily thing. Of course, and support as well. But also I have some here on YouTube and YouTube. Just in general, there's so many meditations on YouTube. You can literally just Google meditations for beginners. You could just dive into one. One of my favorites, actually my favorite meditation online that is from someone else, is on the Rising Higher Meditations channel on YouTube. And the video is like probably at least 5 years old. It's called Meet Your Spirit Guides. It says Meet Your Spirit Guides, and there's like some blue mountains in a sun and like a valley, and there's like an angel floating above the mountains. That's a really good one. It's 25 minutes. Very good for beginners. And it's really good too. 4 for 4. So, ooh, Jaisha, hold on, I gotta take a screenshot. I love it. You said, I took epic meditations over the weekend and the star visualization was literally phenomenal. Yay, I'm so glad you liked it. It really helped me to tap into a deeper level that I'd never reached in meditation before. Yes. Okay, now imagine if you were doing that every single day, which you can. Start doing it every day. This is the kind of level of meditation I'm doing every single day, like deep, deep, deep. We're going to the Akasha Stream, we're going to source energy, we're going to all the places, we're getting all the information that we can. We are finding out anything that we want. We're tapping into everything. This is the shit that Einstein was doing, okay? It's available to everybody. And this is why I'm so like adamant about the meditation. I'm like, you don't understand what you're missing out on by not tapping in every single day. But that's what I'm here to do, is to like shake it into you. Shake it into you. Crazy meditations. Oh, I should have put epic up here. I don't have enough spaces to put epic. But if you want to learn my technique for meditating in a way so you can talk to your spirit guides every single day, you can talk to God or source energy or the universe, whatever you want to call it. Talk to your ancestors, your higher selves, your spirit guides, all of those things. Epic meditations. It's on my website, roxytalks.com. You can also DM me on Instagram and I can direct you to the link if you're interested. Shoof. So, says, I like taking walks now, listening to your podcast. It gives me better vibe than listening to music. Thank you. I appreciate that. And honestly, like I have to do that a lot too. Sometimes music is triggering for me. And that's why I'm making music with positive messages, with a positive message. And I'm working on that too. So I know I've been talking about my album for a while, but I'm in a space now where I'm actually working on a brand new album. I'm doing it all myself. I'm producing everything. So it's all 100% me. And it's been so amazing and liberating and like incredible to really learn how to create my own music from scratch. And I'm just like so excited, and it's just been pouring out of me. So I have a lot of stuff coming, brand new stuff. And the whole mindset around it is to make music that is conscious and it has good energy in it. And then lyrically, it's good energy as well to help keep you on track while you're manifesting. So that's coming soon. And I just appreciate all the support. One fun tip to get back into alignment help. There's one thing that I call it snapping back in, but like I talked about this on my It Girl training. If you were there, I'll put the little thing up too. If I'm talking about this and you're like, this is my vibe, I want to learn more about it, this little QR code in the corner will take you to the training. There is this like, first of all, you have to remember to do it. Okay. So I always talk about 360 method. It's awareness and discipline. You have to be paying attention. You have to know that you're either out of alignment, you're slipping out of alignment, you're about to say something that's not in alignment, you just said something that's not in alignment, you've been spiraling out of control for minutes, hours, days, whatever. You pay attention, you notice that you're doing it, and then you, again, I don't know why it sounds to me, it's snap back in. That's like the way they say it, snap back in. And they said, this is from, again, It Girl, you like put your shoulders back, chin up, shoulders back, chin up. And you're just like, oh yeah, I'm the fucking one. I'm the fucking one. Oh yeah, it's for me. Like everything's working out for me. Oh yeah, I'm that fucking one. I'm whatever it is, like however makes you feel like empowered or strong or confident. But for me, it's like this like snap back in and like shoulders back, chin up kind of oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, yeah. Actually, it's all for me and everything's working out in my favor. And just kind of like remembering who the fuck I am or like what my power is. Another thing I like is if you just kind of like take a moment to close your eyes and move the thoughts out of the way, clear the channel. Take a nice like deep inhale and centralize the air in your chest, in your heart chakra, and start to feel it swell and build this kind of energy around your heart space. And imagine your frequency like elevating. Imagine you're being pulled up higher and higher and higher. And it's almost just like you get to this place where you're like, oh yeah, okay, I feel good. Oh yeah. That's usually what it is for me. It's like oh yeah, okay, yeah. like I'm remembering to get back into it. So I don't know if that is the question you were asking, but like that's kind of like what I do. I'm just like, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So, but also do what works for you. Alignment first, and then do what works for you to stay there. Froggy says, I have a question about that. I love metal and punk music so much. It's always been my thing. I just worry that sometimes the music is too negative. Do you have any thoughts on this? Um, I do, and my thoughts on it are you already know. If it's triggering for you, you already know. And like, not that they're metal, but like Coheed and Cambria is my favorite band in the entire world. Probably already know that. And like their music is very emotional and it's all like written to like this like crazy graphic novel story that's like a almost like a Star Wars type of story. And you know, just tragedies and triumphs and all those big like themes and the loss and death and like politics and things like that. So and for me, there so much of my life has happened like in regards to that band or like it's just so much is connected to it emotionally for me. So sometimes I can't even listen to Coheed because it triggers me to just like start thinking and my brain just starts going. And it sucks because obviously I love them so much. But there's times where I'm just like, I can't listen to Coheed right now. Coheed and Cambria. So, but I love them. I've seen them like 25 times and manifesting a collab with Claudio. So, but sometimes I have to limit how much I listen to the music just because it does give me like that. Like it makes me think and it just does the thing. And sometimes I just can't. So I would say that's on you. So if your music is triggering you, that's why, I listen to affirmations a lot, or I listen to positive content, or I listen to like classical type kind of stuff, or like lo-fi jazz, like some of that like lo-fi hip hop shit. Just there's all of those tracks on YouTube that are just like hours and hours long that don't have any words. We put a lot of those on, and then I have like one specific one that I listen to that's like it's like classical music, but it's kind of on like a little like a lute or something, like an old like guitar kind of like plucky like little tiny thing, something like that. So yeah, it's just something that is like neutral but positive, that doesn't like make me think a bunch of things. Oh, Michelle, you said they're you Michelle, you, oh man, you that'd be so cool if you went to go see them. They're so good. Oh my god, they're so good. They're so good live. They're incredible live. Oh gosh. And I mean, I would know. I've seen them literally like 25 times. Like I've lost count, but it's over 20, probably under 30. So about 25. I just saw them like the last time they were here in October. So yeah, I didn't get to see them in February, but that was a debacle. Anyways, moving forward. Talking about manifestation. Oh my gosh, quantum leaping. So Miss Moon Baby says very good live. Yeah, they're incredible live. They're just, the musicianship is so good. Songwriting, fucking incredible. Just fucking incredible. Incredible musicians. So I can't say enough about them. I love them so much. Shoo. Anyways, all right. What are your manifesting questions about quantum leaping? Let's talk about it. Let's get down to it. Lexi says, I love my punk / screamo music, but I only listen to it in the gym, so I have a physical outlet for the energy when I'm listening to it. That's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, so you don't get too inside your head. Yeah, totally. Abby, check him out. Leanne, type the name in the chat. I appreciate you, Erin. Thank you. I'm so excited. So what are your questions about quantum leaping, moving fast, getting to your next reality? Okay. Manifesting says, quantum leap is instantaneous like thinking. If I think something instantly, do I quantum leap into a reality accordingly? Okay. The answer is, all right, are you ready? The answer is yes. However, you may assume that okay, how do I say this? Be careful that you do not assume that the quantum leaped reality version of you, like that the 3D looks so different that you look around and you're like, "Oh, nothing's changed." Does that make sense? That came out really weird, but what I'm trying to say is, here's the deal. Yes, you move immediately. Does that mean your physical reality is gonna change instantly in front of your eyes? Not necessarily, and so if you're expecting that, and then you say, "Oh, it didn't work," or, "Oh, I'm not there," but, "Oh, blah, 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 blah," now you quantum leaped back to the reality where it's not happening. Does that make sense? You're constantly, constantly, constantly shifting all the time. So, just because it doesn't have a drastic shift in your 3D does not mean you haven't moved or shifted. But you have to stay in alignment consistently to see. But also, you're not doing it so that you can see it. You're just doing it because you're the person that does that. Because you're the person that lives that way. Because you're the person that is in that vibration, that lives that truth, that lives that life. So to get in the state, Michael says, "What is your process?" Meditation. So I do it in meditation every single day. That's what I was talking about earlier with my epic meditations training. I dive like super deep into it, and I just like take you through the whole process. But for me, I sit down and I meditate for an hour every day. And I know it probably seems like a lot, but I like the first half hour is almost just like wading through garbage. And it's not till I get past like all the stuff that's on my mind and like all the surface level stuff. And like it's not until I'm sitting there long enough doing a bunch of thinking that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to not be thinking right now. And then when I clear out and I've been sitting there for a minute and I finally do clear my thoughts, because I've kind of been in a trance, I've been in trance, even though I'm like in a high, it's almost like you're going deeper, but you're also going higher. You're going less dense. You're going to like the less dense realm, which is like what's actually happening. Your body is the super dense version. And then there's like layers of reality or energy, I guess you could think of it, that spread out beyond you that get less and less dense, going out almost like ice to water to vapor essentially, your body being the ice, and then like you could say like your aura, whatever would be like the water level, and there's like something even beyond that that is even more in a vapory thing, and then you have like the greater whatever that's all connected with anyways. um Sciencey stuff, by the way. This is not esoteric shit. This is literal science, okay? That quantum, what's it called? I'm almost done with it. I'm so proud of myself. I'm like, this is like a textbook. I've never read a textbook in my fucking life. I got through college by not cracking any of my books. I'm like an excellent note taker and I pay attention in class. I would like sell my books back at the end of the year with the plastic wrap still on them. I never cracked a fucking textbook in college. I was just like like furiously taking notes, and then I would study my notes, and that's just like how I don't know how I learned. So for me to get through what is it called, the holographic universe book, so good, so fucking good. And it's the whole thing is just full of studies about holographic nature of reality, auras, near death experiences, hypnosis, astral projection, manifesting. They talk about stigmatas. Like there's so much. And it's just all the evidence that was collected basically over time until 1991. And so I'm excited to read more of his works. But like the more you can understand about the nature of reality, the easier it is to kind of accept and use it in your advantage, because you can see that it's not about like whether you're good enough or not. It's not about if you did XYZ in your past. It's not about what so and so said. It's about what are you saying right now? And what are you saying right now? And what are you saying right now? And what do you believe to be true right now? And what do you believe to be true right now? On and on into infinity. That's all it is. What do you believe to be true right now? What do you believe to be true right now? What do you believe to be true right now? What do you believe to be true right now? That is reality. Over and over and over, from the moment you're born to the moment you die. That's all it is. What do you believe to be true right now? What do you believe to be true right now? What do you believe to be true right now? What do you believe to be true right now? What do you believe to be true right now? What do you believe to be true right now? That's it. It's so simple. It's so simple. It's crazy because usually when I'm explaining these things, it's almost like I feel this it's almost like tension trying to explain it, but right now it just feels, my body feels so relaxed and at ease explaining this. Is like, if you just understand that if you say right now in the now moment, no matter what's happening, this is okay and it's working out for me, and you make that a habit, you control reality. It's so simple. But so many people they get so wrapped up on what's going on in 3D. Oh, this person said this. They didn't text me back. They did this. There's a third party. I can't this. My money's this. Okay, keep going on about how it's not working. That's what you're going to continue to manifest. But if you were instead to say, I don't give a fuck what a bill was. I don't care what a person said. Hi, Liz. I don't care what this person said. I don't care what a bill said. I don't care anything. Actually, in this moment, it's all working out for me. Actually, in this moment, I believe in myself. Actually, in this moment, I'm in my fucking power era. Actually, in this moment, I'm in my fucking multimillionaire era. Actually, in this moment, I'm the most important person in the world. Actually, in this moment, I'm loved more than I've ever been. Actually, in this moment, I'm so worthy of love that it's pouring at me from every angle or whatever. But the point is that in every single moment, what do you believe to be true now? What do you believe to be true now? That's all it is. That's all it is. That's why 360, I'm going to pop that little thing up here too. That's why 360 is about, it's not about me teaching you how to manifest. You are an incredible manifester. I don't need to do anything to help you with that. What I do help you with is keep your frequency elevated to the reality you want to get to, and help your mindset not fuck it up. By doubting, worrying, fearing, by doing that thing where you start to look for evidence and it's like, oh, it's not happening, so it's not happening, it's not happening. It's no. Because then what do you believe to be true right now? That it's not happening. And that repeats over and over. Gina, you just finished Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Yeah, isn't that so good? I love the perspective of that book. Mario says, I've been in a wonderful relationship since last year. Last month, I manifested being the heir to $1 million estate. Fuck yeah. That's amazing. Hell yeah. I love it. Thank you for sharing that with us so we can celebrate with you. That's so cool. Hi, Nicole. Welcome. Oh my gosh. Lord Ashley, have I heard of Channel K? No, I haven't. Manifesting says, how can I trust my power more? This is about 360, right? I need to start thinking, aka affirm that I trust. Okay, so for one, yes, you can literally affirm that you trust, because understand that, and this is a Bashar, by the way, what I'm about to say is from Bashar. Trusting, or how do I say this? Not being able to trust or not trusting in something is actually, there is no such thing as a lack of trust. What's actually happening is that you believe more in a reality where you don't get what you want. So it's not that you lack trust. You're actually incredibly trustworthy of the fact that you don't have it. Does that make sense? Like, that's the way he says it. He's like, you actually are incredibly trustworthy of the reality that says you're not going to get it. You trust that more than you trust it working out. That's what's actually going on. So you are really good at trusting. You just need to start trusting something different. And so then that is where the repetition comes in. That is where the awareness and discipline comes in, the consistency every single day. You think I'm playing when I say every fucking day? Like, I do not take my meditation and my alignment lightly. I don't take it lightly. Nothing comes before it. Because if I don't get into alignment first and clear my mind out and get into the right meditative state, when I do show up for life, I'm a fucking bitch, okay? And not the kind you want to play with. It's not like, oh, it's funny, Roxy's being a bitch, haha. No. Remember old mindset when I'd be like triggered as fuck and people ask me about their SP and I'd be like, what the fuck, bitch? People will come back and be like, "You were such a bitch to me on my Tech Monday," and I'm like, "I'm sorry." That's fair, like, but listen, because I was not getting aligned. That's why I'm telling you, like, I've tested it, and there's no more days for me where I don't align first before I go out into the world, because I know what kind of quality of life I'm gonna have if I don't. And at this point in my life, sacrificing my quality of life is no longer worth it for me. Like, I can't be around. I can't allow my shit to drop. I can't allow negative energy. I just can't do it anymore, because it's such a drastically, like, different vibe that I'm normally on, that it, like, shakes me up way too fucking hard. So, it is, like, the most important thing to practice, and it's just a choice every day. Every day I start my day by making myself feel really fucking good, and then I go about my day. And it makes sense, right? Because then I get to go about my day as my ideal self, and I get to manifest from that perspective. This 3D reality doesn't mean dick to me if I'm in a fucking high elevation. But if I'm low vibe and I'm triggered and I'm in lack, I'm going to look around and I'm not going to see what I want. And all I'm going to affirm is that I don't have what I want. But if I spend my morning, or not even my whole morning, just a chunk of my morning, getting into that high vibration where I know it's all coming to me and I don't need the 3D reality to validate me, then I am taking into my entire day a way higher expectation, a way higher vantage point for manifesting. And now I'm going to create a reality that is vastly different than the one that I could create when I'm feeling like shit and I'm acting like shit and I'm treating everybody like shit and I'm treating myself like shit. So, Abby with the most love in the world, too grumpy to meditate? No, you're too grumpy not to meditate. And you're young. You could, like, make your whole, like, you could do so much at this age if you start honing that practice and doing it every day. Like, I'm telling you, you could create so much incredible shit in your life. Not that everybody can't, but, like, you're just so young that you could start very young and, like, have an amazing life for a long time. You said, oh, interesting. You said, but if I'm into a high vibe frequency, won't the universe test me or something? And you'll pass it. And also, like, okay, all right, let's break this down a little bit, because this is an interesting perspective, and I wonder, does anybody else resonate with this? Does anybody else actually? Because this is very interesting. Is anybody else afraid of getting into a high vibration because they're afraid that they're going to be tested? Because number one, what that says is, I'm afraid I'm going to be tested. Why would you be afraid? Because I'm not going to pass it. So I'm afraid I'm not going to pass the test if I'm triggered or if I'm tested, which I believe I'm going to be. And also, it's a fear. What you're really saying is, I'm afraid that it won't last. That's what I really hear. What if I get into the high vibe and then something gets me out of it? Well, motherfucking get back in it. Get back in it. Get back in it. Who said you can't get back? It's not like you get a line, something triggers you, knocks you out, and you're like, well, I guess the day is fucked and now we're sad forever. No, have standards for yourself. Get back in it. This is why 360 method is so fucking crucial. Okay? And I see people do this a lot. They'll get into the thing, something knocks them out of it, and then we'll get knocked out of it. And what did you do? You sat there and stewed? How long has it been? Days, weeks? What are you doing? Get into it and get back 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 into it. Over and over. Afraid it'll fade out? Get back in it. Get back in it. What? Listen. Okay, hold on. This is the ancestor. This is not me. Ancestors are coming through. Sarah Bell says, afraid it will fade out. Yeah. Okay. So what happens when you get hungry? What do? You eat. And then what happens? That food fades out. It does more than fade out, right? It comes out. And then what do? You fucking re-up. And you might re-up all day long. You might re-up several times a day. And you don't think twice about it. So don't treat your alignment like you can only get one shot per day, and then if you get knocked out, you're fucked. Now we got to stay here. If you're hungry, eat something. If your vibe's low, jack it fucking up. Super Duper Cami says, meditation, food for the soul. Everything you think is food. So Meditation, yeah, would be like health food, I guess, or like the healthiest version. It would be like the most high quality that you can consume of anything. Frankie says, years ago, Roxy, you said, my manifestations are so amazing thus far. I can't wait for the other shoe to drop. Oh, I like that thing. I'm like, ooh, I like that, but I guess I said it. So fuck yeah. Instead of like, uh-oh, what if the other shoe drops? It's like, ooh, I can't wait for the other shoe to drop. I can't wait for the other shoe to drop. So literally, oh yeah, and Rebecca, like Rebecca said, also triggers are less triggering. That's the other thing. When you're in that high vibe, that's why, like I said, it's like, so what? Bring a fucking test on. It doesn't even phase you. It's like, okay, and so, but also you're not on the vibration of like negative things. You're on the vibration of positive things. And the other thing I want to say also, this is another thing it's bringing up. You're not going to be tested a million fucking times if you pass. If you pass, you're tested once. I think that's another thing people are, and this is like, this is what they're showing me is like, they're afraid of getting tested because they're not going to pass and they're going to have to retake the test over and over again, over and over again. So tested is this daunting thing. I'm going to be tested over and over again. No, you're tested one time and you pass it and you prove to yourself and the universe that you are that version that you said you were. You don't need to pass the test. You don't pass 11th grade a million times. You pass it one time and then you never go back to it. Jaciel says, I'm doing my assignments while listening to this. Perfect. Yes, it's exactly. It's a perfect alignment. Missy says, is that not just a bad thought? Just affirm that you got tested or you don't get tested? I mean, you can affirm that you don't get tested also, but like, why? Who cares? Like, it's more like, it's like you're putting so much pressure on if I get tested, if I don't, this test, this, that. Like, okay, yes, am I affirming you get tested? Okay, Missy, I'm not sure if you're the "you must be new here" meme just popped in my head, but not in a negative way. I have these conversations in my meditation a lot of times in my meditation, and what they've shown me is that as you're ascending through different levels or you're moving to different versions of reality, you get what appears to be a test when you shift, and it's not necessarily a test, but it's almost like if I said I want to go to Tempe, Arizona, and I'm walking down the road and there's a fork in the road and to the right says Tempe and to the left is Vegas. And if I want to get to Tempe, I don't know why I'm picking these places, but if I don't take the road to Tempe, I'm not going to get there. And so it's not that it's a test, but you could look at a fork in a road as a test because if you go to Las Vegas, you just failed the Tempe test. So it's not necessarily like, oh, we're getting tested again because it's not a negative thing. I'm not looking at it as a negative thing. It is you said you wanted this reality. Well, then you have to prove that you're that version because something is going to happen because you've moved realities that is going to look different or be different than your current. And you're going to have to be able to say, I believe in my reality I'm manifesting and this 3D thing does not make me change that. And that is where you pass the test. And like the test is not always a negative thing either. Sometimes it's a positive thing and it's you're being asked to maintain it. So it's like you're getting validation that it worked and then you have to like not spiral and push it away, which is some people's thing. Or sometimes the test is quote unquote negative and you have to see something quote unquote negative and say actually I still believe, or you're like ignoring what the 3D circumstances are. And sometimes it's neutral because it is neutral. And it's your definition of whether this is positive or negative that makes it so. So either way, it's as negative or positive as a fork in the road. Like you said, it's not about getting tested. So like when I say tested, I'm thinking of it, to me, I look at it as a fork in a road. If I want to go to Tempe, I have to take the Tempe road or I'm going to Las Vegas. There's no way about it. I can't get to Tempe by going in the direction of Las Vegas. It just this. So this right here, this is the test. Do you make the decision to go right when it's time to go right? Or do you continue going left because you're comfortable going left? That's what it is. And this is, again, why it's not a negative thing. Bring it on. A fork in the road, yeah, I'll go to the fucking direction I want to go. What does it matter? Breaking down all this resistance and this, like, oh my God, what if thing. Whew. Does that make sense? Manifesting says, for me, a test from the universe is just you check into your new reality where you want to go. Are you ready to go? Yeah, exactly. It's like you said you wanted to be here. Here's the door. Are you going to walk through it? There is no negative or positive. It's your own reaction that makes it so, or like the way that you treat it. But like you have to follow the breadcrumbs to your ideal reality, or you're going to stay where you're in your current iteration. Tristan says you need to write your own book at some point. Thank you, Tristan. I am writing my own book. Actually, my goal is to have it written by the end of this year. And you know what? Oh my gosh, actually, hold on. Thank you for reminding me, because it's July 1st, and I said I would spend the second half of the year writing my book. So I guess we're here now. I got to put my money where my book is, right? So I guess it's time to start opening the Google Docs back up and compiling stuff. Shanti says, no, why no more Roxy, the style channel? Just because it got too much to do. I'm actually a lot more low maintenance than I look, probably, I think. Like, I only dress like this on Mondays, or if I'm like going out to something, but normally I'm just as comfortable as I can be. I wear like Skims. I have like 3 different Skims velour sets. I like rotate between those. And then like I'll wear workout shorts on my workout days, and like athletic material sometimes, and it's a lot. And I just don't want to I just want to only do stuff that's like really fun for me. Oh man, but maybe someday. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Yes, I am a comfort queen. And actually that's my dream too. Because I do want to put out clothing. I want to make a clothing line, and I want it to be super comfy, but super style. Super style. Comfy style. Even right now, I'm in like the most comfy thing possible. It might as well be pajamas. It's just like one piece of cotton. I like to be comfortable, but I think I was also like, and yes, I'm gonna affirm it, but like the neurodivergent, I can feel I'm like Princess in the Pea. I can feel everything, and so I, clothes get to be too much for me, and like I can't, you know what I mean? Like it's too much on my body. I can feel it all. So I have to be like as comfortable as possible to maintain it. Like if I wear like this stuff, like as soon as I get off this, I'm taking all this shit off my body. Like everything that's on my head and all this, oh God, all this jewelry, all this metal off my body. I like to look cute, but I don't like to be uncomfortable, and that's more important to me. Enough about me. So yeah, for big events, absolutely. If I'm filming, if I'm on camera, if I'm shooting, if I'm doing an event, of course I'm going to get dressed. But like, other than that, like I'm not out in my real life. I don't even wear makeup. Like I rarely wear makeup. So, I'm like very natural girl sometimes. I was kind of raised a little bit like a hippie. You guys probably don't even know that. Like I spent a lot of time in Santa Cruz. I had a stepmom who followed the dead. Like I have lived some hippie shit for sure. So there's like that is like in me because of just it was like part of the life that I experienced when I was younger. But I am definitely princess, ultimately pink princess. But then I got a little bit of like living, just like connecting with the earth, kind of like earth Barbie vibes also. Oh my gosh. Okay. Amy, you said you love it. You want to see it. Maybe. I know. I mean, to be real honest, Amy, I'll just be real. I feel like I can't. It's hard for me to feel like I can get on camera without having like the whole like Roxy Talks costume on. I literally call this a costume. This is my costume. It's like not who I, like, you know. I mean, I am this, but it's like the elevated version, like the top version. Because I'm just a regular ass. Just a girly girl. Michelle. um But maybe I'll work on sharing more of that. And I definitely want to, because I don't like the feeling of like I can't share my like message unless I have makeup on. Like that feels very like blech to me, very ick. I don't like that. But it is something that I definitely feel like I'll just being 100% real. So that's why I try to just like film a lot of content on Mondays and then I don't. And I'm not on camera pretty much at all. August, you just got off a live stream. Congratulations. Proud of you. Hi, Mohammed. Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to leave it open for questions, a few more moments. Lexi, I'll answer your question, Frankie, in just a moment. Lexi just asked if I'll ever sell any more Chilesaurus Rexes. So Lexi, I was actually talking about this earlier. One, yes, I absolutely will. And if you want to hear more about the story, I did actually go into it in the very beginning of this live stream, so you can rewind it. I will be there. Chili's not over. Her story is not done. We definitely will make more chilies with a different manufacturer, but I got like how do you want me to say it? I'm just gonna say I got royally effed. We'll just say it like that. I don't want to affirm whatever. It happened last year. I got really the Lana Del Rey is what I'm hearing. Effed hard, okay? By the manufacturer that I went with to build chili, and it was very hard. It was an emotional thing I had to get over. And my husband as well, because we both put a lot into this project. But he's been actually working on the coloring book. So right now we're kind of looking into, he wants to make a hardback version, and maybe like a regular, like a paperback version. Like a hardback version where you would use like really nice marker. He was just telling me about it. He's an artist, so he's like, these markers. I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever. yeah, markers, whatever. I'm like, what's the business side? What are the pages? What are you sending accounts? Are we setting up ads? Like that's where my brain's going. My brain's going like logistic, and he's like, and then it could be like this, and it'd be a hardcover one. It could be like a coffee table book, and then you have these markers. I mean, we could get a VIP package where you get these nice markers. I'm like, yeah, babe, do all that. But so the Chilesaurus Rex coloring book is going to come, and it's not just a coloring book; it's actually a manifestation and visualization tool. And we know Chilesaurus Rex, her vibe is all about being chill and just like knowing it's coming and enjoying yourself. And so the coloring pages are really fun and really cute. And like, actually, I can maybe pull some up real fast. Wait, hold on. Do I know how to do it? I have the iPad right here, but I don't know if I know how to. Oh, I don't want to miss anything up. I'm scared. I don't know. Where's my photos? I'm not an Apple girl. I don't know how these. I love my Android phone, and I don't care what anybody says. How do you even find your fudging friggin' files and pictures on this shit? I honestly, I like my MacBook. I don't like iPhone. I don't like iPad. Okay, nope, you're not going to see it because I can't fucking figure it out. Sorry. Oh, Tam, your team Android too. I just love it's just so much better. It's just so much fucking better. Okay. So I asked you questions. Linda says, how do we measure if we're being consistent with our mental diet? Is there a way? Okay, what they're asking me is, how would you know if you were consistent with your actual diet? You just know by what you put in your mouth, right? Like, you know what you're supposed to be thinking. And are you thinking those things? Are you on top of it? Are you staying in alignment, or are you not? Are you doing it every single day? Like, if you're giving it your all every single day, you're trying, you're staying aligned. Even if you get triggered and fall out of alignment, you're working on it and you're conscious of it, you're doing it. But if you're not doing those things, if you're not doing it every single day, then I would say no, that you're not consistent. Lauren says, when you hear your guides, do you hear it as a whisper or a thought? It literally sounds like someone else commenting when it happens to me on one side of my head. It is one side of my head. It's my left side. So actually there's a few. So the person that is driving me comes to me out of straight into my left ear. And there was one time where I heard it, where it was like a voice. I literally heard someone say Roxy in my ear. But normally it's more so just a thought occurs, but it always comes from this side. That's my driver. Like, they show me a joystick. Like, they literally are like, "I'm driving you." And so but they're telling me stuff. Like, they are basically joysticking me, but the joystick has a mind of its own, and they're telling me where to go, and then I have to do it, basically. But they show me the joystick, like, this is the person that's controlling. They have the person with the controller, like, if it's a video game, they come through this ear. When it's like God or the Akasha strain kind of a thing, or if it's just like if I'm communicating with other energies, it almost comes in like not quite 90 degrees directly on top of my head, but almost like maybe like 80 degrees in the right quadrant. And I just only because I do it every single day and have paid attention that I can now, since I know where it is, then it's easier for me to tell if it's me or not, right? And obviously I can tell if it's me or not a lot of times because it's like I don't have a frame of reference for what they're saying sometimes. Like, I know that didn't come from me, a lot of things, but also I can tell from where it comes from in my head, but I don't really hear it. It's more of it's like a thought is put in, it's like a thought occurs. Like, it sounds like a thought the way your thoughts sound in your head. Sound, but there's no sound in there, you know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm like, my brain's trying to pick which question to. All right, the importance of self-concept. The reason why self-concept works is because, okay, remember earlier when I was talking about how we live in a holographic reality, and all of the hologram has already been like created or programmed, however it actually gets done. So anything that you could be or could do is already in potentiality. It's in the hologram. And all you have to do, it's like changing the slide on a slideshow. All you have to do is change the slide, and then a new thing will be projected because your brain is a receiver and a projector. So I use the analogy of, imagine you're looking at the world map and you have like, you're looking in like a little tiny microscope or something, and you can only see like one city at a time. And you're staring at a city. If you decide to move, all you have to do is just move your microscope over, and now you're staring at another city. But like the map is already the map, and you're not changing the map. You're just literally looking at a different part of it. That's what manifesting is. So when you talk about self-concept, think about your self-concept as this. So the self-concept here says, okay, I have this reality. Things work out this way. Like, SP is want want, money's want want. Things are kind of going meow meow meow, da, 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 blah 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 blah. Your self-concept is where you're looking. It's your concept of yourself. Remember we talked earlier about what do you believe to be true in this moment? Where are you looking on the map? Where are you looking on the map? What do you believe to be true? Same question. Same question. What do you believe to be true right now? Where are you looking at the map right now? Where are you looking at the map right now? Where are you looking at the map right now? Wherever you're looking at the map, from the moment you're born until you fucking die, then I don't know what after that. You're always, wherever you're looking at the map is what you're manifesting. Wherever you're looking at the map is also your self-concept, because that's where, this is what I'm living. This is what my life is. This is what my experience is. You move it over here, my life is great. My life is excellent. Things are wonderful. Things are great. Different self-concept. It's the most simple thing ever. It's almost like asking, why does pop music play when I turn on a pop channel? Because you're on the pop channel. What else would you expect to play here? Your self-concept is literally just like your concept of what life is. What do you believe to be true right now? What do you believe to be true about you? Who do you think you are? That's going to manifest. Um, Shantae says meditation is peaceful and connective, but I'm affirming that my meditations become more audible and educational like yours. I would love that. You've done Epic? You've done Epic. Go into Epic and like literally once you get to that peaceful place, clear out your channel, think of nothing, empty, 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 and then just say hello. They're right there. They're right fucking there. Like they're going to answer you right away. They might even start talking before you finish saying hello because like the transfer of knowledge is instantaneous, and a lot of times like well their information comes through like in blocks of thought sometimes, so like you'll receive all of it at one time, or like you'll receive an answer before you even finish asking the question because they already know what you're asking. You know what I mean? But yeah, just so when you're in your meditation, literally just clear your channel out. Just think of like erase the chalkboard, nothing, 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 just like blackness, 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 erase, 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 clear. And then after like a few moments of that, hello, just say that. And they'll be like, hi. That's what mine did. And the very first time I ever did it was like years before I meditated again because I was so shocked and shook and scared that I didn't try again. And it was when I first started reading The Secrets. I know exactly when it was. It was like November of 2011. And they were like, try this exercise. You can talk to your intuition. And I literally just like closed my eyes for like 30 fucking seconds to a minute. It wasn't even that long. Cleared it out. And then I just said hello. And they were like, hi. And I just saw it like it was like they raised their hand like that. And they said it like that. And I was like, oh, and like ran out of the room like it was a fucking ghost. And I didn't do it again for like 10 years. But don't do that. When they say hi back and like literally ask them a question like you're having a conversation. And then this is the most important thing. Have a one-sided conversation. Don't try to fill in the other side. Just do your part and let them talk just like you would do in a normal conversation. August says, sometimes it takes a few minutes to get a response. Sometimes it happens before I can even finish the question. Yeah. I feel like if your channel is clear, the answer comes through right away. If you're sitting there trying to think and you're trying to like force something to come through, then it takes a while. But as soon as you start clearing the channel and you just think more about like sending things away and having an empty channel and not thinking any thoughts and not thinking any thoughts and just kind of like sending them away and just the emptiness of it, that kind of takes over after a few minutes, and then you can kind of like ask and then the conversation will flow and then you're just tapped in and then you're just like back and forth. Shantae says, Epic Meditations is helpful. You got to be ready to receive it. You're ready now then. If that's what you're telling me, then it's time. You can listen to it again and they'll talk you through it. Okay. Lauren says, I just heard them say it's all your choice how it goes. Stop relying on the world to tell you or looking for confirmation. Absolutely. And like, honestly, that's the whole vibe of everything we're doing today because it's like, okay, going back to the analogy of looking at the map, you can look at any part of the map. Like literally think about the consequences of looking at a map. Does anybody care if you look at a map? Does anybody care what part of a map you look at? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally that ridiculously nobody cares. Just look at the part of the map you want. No one's checking. No one gives a fuck because we all have our own maps. So, like, just look at the map where you want to look at it and stop staring at shit you hate and then affirming it and like soaking in it and just ruminating in it and just go where you want to go. Go where you want to be. But that is its own practice. And that's why we tap in every day. That's why you get aligned every day. That's why you do 360 method every day, all day, every day, because it's very easy to go back to looking at that part of the map where it's not so fun town, butt town, right? Versus abundance town. You have to keep your eye on abundance town in order to be there. If you're looking around and be like, oh my God, I want to be in abundance town, but I'm not there, you're not fucking there and you're not getting there either. Because that's not what gets you there. What gets you there is saying you're there now and then doing that consistently forever until you decide to go somewhere else. So, oh man. Manifesting says, I like mindfulness meditation. I don't want anyone spiritual or physical bothering me while I focus on my breathing. You know what they just said? Okay. They were like, she has no idea what she's missing out on. They're like, not like laughing at you, but it's almost just like, okay, keep doing that then. Keep pushing away because they got shit for you. I don't even know you because your name on here is just manifesting. I'm not sure who you are. Maybe I do know you, but I don't know like, as of right now, I don't know anything about your story. And they're like, we have so much and you're not letting it in. I don't know. I don't know anything. Who do I know you? Have you been in stuff with me? Who are you? But, because I see you doing like a channel, or it could be like, it's almost like I'm seeing a collection of videos on a platform, and I can't tell if it's a YouTube channel, if it's like a Patreon, if it's like courses. It feels like those three things. I'm seeing like squares that are like different videos, like a modules or something. And I don't know if you are doing that or what you are. Tell me what you're doing. Who are you? What is your deal? Tell me the things I need to know. Because you're missing. You said, "Oh, you're right, because spirituality tries to come to me, but I always run from spirituality." No, 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 no. Okay, no, don't. They're like, "Don't stop running," because you're missing something. Is what I don't know what you're missing yet because I don't know what you're doing, but it feels like. Okay, so I'm gonna either like, let's say there's 6 of these squares and one of them is like grayed out because there's not a thing there, or you're missing like a key component that would take whatever you're doing to the next level. Does that make sense? I don't know. Tell me if that makes sense. Missy says, I can hear them all the time. I just don't believe it. I was blocking because it's so loud some days. They're loud because you're ignoring them. Listen to them though, because they're fucking amazing. And mine are hilarious. So I have like, I'll be having like little comedy shows in my head and I'm just laughing and we're cracking up together because they give me punchlines. Like they are fucking funny. Okay, you said it really makes a lot of sense. Manifested. Can you give me some details? Can you stop being so vague? You don't have to tell me who you are, but tell me at least what it is that I'm seeing. Why am I seeing those squares on a video platform? What does that mean? And what it is, what are you missing? Or tell me what you're giving, because then I can maybe tell you what you're missing. Give me some deets. Nothing, doesn't have to be anything identifying, but just give me more info so I can help. Missy says, sometimes I think I'm crazy. Well, if you are, you're not alone. And it's like, what's better, to be rational and fucking miserable, or to be happy and crazy? You know? And who says you're crazy? Miserable people? I'll tell you what, I stopped taking advice from miserable people a long time ago. Like, if you got that misery vibe, you complain a lot, like, I do not take life advice from you. I don't listen to anything you say. It's like literally in one ear and out the other. I'm like, I don't trust you to tell me shit about life. No shade. You said, manifesting says, I agree that while I'm meditating, I feel presence in the room and messages, but I block out the messages by focusing on my breathing. Okay. So focus on your breathing, but also stop blocking, because you can do both. You can do the breathing and the attunement, and then they can help you even more than your no, if this is not, it's not personal, this is what I said, your measly ass little human body and your human mind can do. That's why I said they're funny. Like, they're funny. They have punchlines and they're fucking funny. He said, I work in digital marketing, so all these platforms must be that. I answer a lot of emails. Okay, I feel like it's something that maybe you haven't done yet then. Because I see you, I feel like you're going to create a course of some kind, or like a membership of some kind, or some sort of like educational thing. Or maybe you're making educational platforms. I don't know, but like, I don't know what it means. Are you trying to quit your job? Are you trying to quit your job and work for yourself? You said, "Oh my god," you said exactly what I was just thinking. Sometimes I doubt my own power because I think I'm just my body and my mind. You're not. Read the Holographic Universe book. You're not. It's science that you're not just your body and mind. This is science. It's not esoteric. It's not spiritual. This is scientific shit, okay? This is actually going on. You said you got me shocked now. Oh, good. Okay, so then I'm getting this vibe that you're going to start your own business or something. Yeah, you wanna quit, okay, you wanna quit your job and focus on what you like. Okay, yeah. Okay, you're going to. Um, but you're not going to until you start letting them in. Not that you wouldn't, but, like, maybe you wouldn't. You almost might not even okay, what am I getting? I'm getting the vibe that you're gonna get the push, the inspiration, the push to quit your job, and because obviously this is a daily thing, you're gonna keep tapping in. You're also gonna start getting inspiration for what you're going to create. And I see you, they just keep showing me a platform, and I see 1, 2, 3. It's like 6 videos of some sort of training or like a membership or something like that. Oh, tarot. What are you so skeptical about? Because I get the vibe, and like, can you remember? Like, can you remind me? Have we actually worked together? Have you been in my world? Because I can't remember if were you on the training list last week. Um, but I'm getting this vibe that you're more intuitive than you're intuitive. Um, and so part of what you're going to be doing, like you need to step into, you have to start letting them in because you're going to use your intuitive thing for the thing that you're doing. Thinking about having your therapeutic tarot business. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're gonna do it. You're doing it 100%. I can see it. What I can see is the actual online portal is what they're showing me. Like if I were to go to like your thing is manifesting, but if I were to go to manifesting.com, since I don't know why you won't tell me if I know you or not. Does that mean I do? What are you doing? Why are you being so elusive? You don't have to tell me anything personal. I just want to know if we've actually spoken like in a class or something, or if it's just Mindset Monday. Because the more information I have, the easier, like the more I can read. But I just because I'm pulling everything out of the fucking gray, so I don't know what I'm seeing or I don't know like what I'm talking about. So it makes it like I can still channel it, but I just could give you more if I knew what the fuck I was talking about. Um, but like if I was to go to manifesting.com, let's say that was your website, or therapeutictarot.com or something, I'm seeing what like when they log in, there's like a this video and then a this video, then this and this and this and this or something. Or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Sometimes I think I really am that. I think a lot that I am just body and mind, and I block my spiritual side out of fear. Yeah, you read the Holographic Universe book. Afterglow Yoga Studios, the book is called Holographic Universe by Michael Talbot. It is 300 pages of just scientific evidence that they've been collecting all history long that validate all of the paranormal stuff that we're talking, not paranormal, but manifesting, quantum jumping, viewing the hologram. Again, then we talk stigmata, near death experiences, out of body experiences, move shifting physical reality. Like there was these two women, they were both professors at some college in France, and they were literally at Versailles, and they were just taking a walk in the gardens at Versailles, and they said reality blinked, and all of a sudden they were like taken back in time to when the French Revolution shit was happening or something. And they like had this whatever. So anyways, there's all this tons of evidence and scientific studies and research done by, it's like doctors, it is professors, it is, prestigious people in their field, people that studied thousands of hours worth of near-death experiences, for example, or thousands of hours of people that could spontaneously heal their bodies. Just like tons of stuff. And it's just a huge compilation of all these scientific studies about reality is not fucking real. So that's why I always advise you to read that book, because it's science stuff. Like, that's what I like. I like to know what the real shit is going on, so that it makes believing in this paranormal stuff, it's not paranormal, it's just reality. Science don't know shit. There's so much that science cannot account for, and we're just like, nah, well, science science doesn't say it, so it must not be real. So millions of people or thousands of people over the course of all of fucking time must be wrong. And even now in our own moments, we must be wrong because science can't prove it. Science doesn't know fucking dick. Like, you know what I mean? Like the current physical definitions of reality that we have are not what is actually going on this planet. And I think anybody that is here on a manifesting channel, there is something going on Earth that is beyond what we have always been told. So, like, fuck what we've always been told. They're lying to us. Like, it's all a fucking illusion. Phew. It's always so easy. It's like an hour and a half. I'm like, dang, it's so easy to stay on these chats. I always have so much fun. Do I do tarot? Yeah, I do. I do tarot. You said, is it us interacting with our intuition and higher self? Yeah, absolutely. It's just a way of them channeling the messages. It's more like, it's like a symbolic language, essentially. Everybody has the ability to hear and to tap in and receive this information, because it's just like a factor of humanity. It's how humans are built. You are being driven by the projection, and there's nothing you can do about that. And like, whether you believe in it or not, it doesn't matter. Like, who cares? Like, you don't have to believe in your blood cells, but they're fucking doing their job, whether you give a fuck about them or not. So it's the same goes with like manifesting and this projector thing. It's like, this is just how Earth works. Get over it. That's just what it is. So when you use things like tarot or any sort of divination, even just like we were talking about with the meditation, tapping in and learning how to listen or channeling, whatever you use, it's basically, again, it's just different ways of translating the waves of energy or the blocks of thought, if you will, or whatever messages or information or whatever that is being transmitted to you. Would ever go ghost hunting? You know what's funny is, like, as weird as it is, I don't know how I feel about ghosts. There's talked about ghosts in that book a little bit, but I don't even honestly fully believe in ghosts, as weird as that is. When I tell you guys I'm very logical and like I need to know the science, I really mean that. Like, it's hard for me to say I don't believe in ghosts, because like I just said we can't just say it doesn't exist. All these people's experiences is wrong. But I also kind of like, I don't know. Do I believe in ghosts? I don't know. I've never seen one personally. My mom has seen one, and I believe my mom. Like, my dad has worked with ghosts and shit like that. But to me, I'm like, nah. I'll see. I'll believe it when I see it. So, just know I have a very healthy level of skepticism. So this stuff that I'm presenting to you, this is what we have. We have lots of evidence for this information, and I do trust my channel because I am not the type of person to like subscribe to fanaticism or stuff like that, or like religious stuff, or like, remember, I was a very hardcore atheist. So for me to be talking about this stuff and to be talking to God and like getting information from the spirit realm, like, just know, like, I am 100% fully bought in. Like, this has to be real, because there's no way this shit came from me. Like, there's no way a lot of the stuff is coming from me. I just am not like that. I'm just not that person. I don't think that way, like, just naturally. So, that's another reason why it's easier for me to believe in my channel, because I'm just like, oh, there's no way that came from me. There's no fucking way that came from me. Everything I've believed and experienced over my life, no, absolutely not. So, sometimes it's easy to trust your channel because you're just like, well, I didn't say that, so I don't know who the fuck did, but it wasn't me. So I'll just go ahead and listen. Oh my gosh. Lauren, I so appreciate you. Thank you for your kind words. Lexi says, I've always felt something even when I was a little girl. Because you had less resistance when you were little. You trusted more because you were closer to the veil or closer to like the point of entry, if that makes sense. Like that's the way they said it. It's like almost like you're closer to the gate. Okay, this is an analogy. Imagine you leave a concert and like the farther you walk, the quieter it gets. So like when you first walk out of a concert, you can still hear it like you're inside of it almost, right? Like when you're just outside the gates, you can hear everything just as normal. And then the farther you walk away, the quieter and quieter it gets. That's the analogy they gave me. So like when you're a kid, of course you're more psychic or whatever because you're closer to the gate. So you can hear it better. Essentially, that's the analogy. Energetically, you can like feel it and translate it more. How do you let your logical side not get in the way of your connection with your spirit guides? It does. That's why I kept talking about clearing out your channel and like sending your thoughts away because it does get in the way. That's why I also said I meditate for an hour because the first half an hour is me battling my logical mind. It's me thinking it's this, this, and this. And it's not that I don't get valid stuff from there because I get a lot of information like for my business. Like the first half is where I'll get a lot of like organizing my business or structuring this, or like things will occur to me about my 3D reality, about my regular bullshit mundane life. That's like the first half hour. I'm like sifting through stuff. Then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm here to fucking talk to God and infinite fucking intelligence. Fuck all this nonsense, this BS. Oh, baby, babe, could you grab me a soda, please? I've been so thirsty this whole time. So it's like there's a moment where I'm like, oh yeah, fuck all this bullshit nonsense for my 3D world. Who cares about all this nonsense? Like it doesn't even matter. It's so irrelevant, the 3D bullshit. Then I'm like, oh yeah, give me the goods. Let's tap in. Let's go talk to the Council of Light. Let's talk to God. Let's talk to like Michael Jackson. Let's talk to Cleopatra. Let's talk to Lilith. Let's talk to my highest self. It's way more fucking interesting and exciting. Like this stuff is who cares about my boring ass 3D circumstances? It's so stupid and irrelevant. So then it's like once I've been, it's like what happens is after that first half hour, even though I've been kind of thinking the whole time and I haven't been necessarily receiving the whole time, I am still in that trancey state. I am still kind of like talked down. So it's easy to snap straight into receiving because I'm already at the frequency. And then I just shut my thoughts down. And that's why I talked about just clearing the channel. Imagine just like a empty tube, just like blackness, just nothing. Erase the chalkboard, whatever you have to do to empty, because then it just flows into. And then you're like, hey, I'm here. And then they go. Why does it take so long even though you let go? What are you talking about, Ronnie? Are you talking about manifestation or are you talking about something else? Alexandria, is praying the same as meditating? It can be, but the thing about praying is like, okay, when I was just talking about how the beginning of my manifestation, let's say there's the first half hour where like I'm kind of thinking, I'm processing, things are occurring to me. I am probably like, I am communicating with something, but I'm also like at surface level and I'm dealing with my own shit. I believe that is where praying exists because you're telling what you want. You're feeding it words. Even if you're doing like, even just the most basic, let's say you're doing Hail Marys, you're not clearing out. You're saying Hail Marys. I don't know. I'm not a good Catholic. I was born into it and I never really went through it. So I don't really know what you're supposed to say. But the rosaries and Hail Marys and whatever. But you're feeding thought. Whereas when you're meditating, you need to be receiving. And so you need to shut down. It's literally like if I have a conversation with you and you don't stop talking, you never hear what I have to say. It's just that. So at some point you need to shut the fuck up and let the other person talk. Then you can receive the information. But if you just, and then this, and then this, and I can do this, and then what about this, and then this thing, and then this thing, and then one time I did this, you're just talking the whole time. They can't get a word in edgewise. Your manifestation, your meditation isn't wasted because there is a lot of processing that goes on in that realm, but it's beyond it. When you shut the fuck up, then they're able to just give you, I'm talking, this is where Einstein would go. Einstein shit, Akasha strain, everything, the answers to everything you could ever possibly think to ask and more. When you shut up, you just shut up and let them fucking say something to you. Oh, you said, Alexandra, you are talking when you pray. Yeah, so if you're receiving, so that's kind of what I'm talking about, like the difference between giving the info and talking and saying and processing versus clearing and letting inspiration flow or letting God talk to you. But yeah, you think a little bit, but it's like having a conversation and like you think from your side of the conversation and then they talk back. And also, I didn't put the link up, but Epic Meditations is my training where I go super deep into my process of exactly how I do this and how you can do it, how you can talk to your guides, talk to God, talk to your ancestors, all those things, and get all of this information. This is what I'm doing every single day. RoxyTalks.com is where Epic Meditations is. Or if you want to DM me on Instagram, I can also send you the link that way too. Okay. Shantae says, I used to think we were supposed to ask questions. I think maybe not. I really don't know what to ask. The thing is, like, it's like, honestly, if every single day you go in, some days you're gonna have questions and some days you're not. Some days there's stuff on your mind and some days there's not. Some days, like, the other thing too is a lot of times I don't know where I'm gonna get taken. And I'll go in and, like, I can almost tell sometimes I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be a big one. I'm gonna get a big download, 555. I'm gonna get taken somewhere." And they'll take me on all kinds of, like, I can't even begin. I mean, like, they've taken me to Atlantis. They've taken me to, like, before the Big Bang. They've taken me to this place where, like, we have our universe where there was just a ton of different universes, and I just saw them all and, like, existing in one place. They've taken me to, like, past lives. I saw this one life where my husband and I were, like, he was, like, an Aztec king, and I was his, like, right-hand man. Um, the other day, this one was wild. The other day, I went into meditation, and literally, this is so crazy, and I'm even hesitant to say it because it's so this is one of those moments where I'm just like, when I tell you, like, there's no way this could have came from me because I'm not that person that would just, like, think this up. But the other day, literally, the girl this is all I can say is what it felt like. The girl who the story Snow White was inspired by came to me and was like, "You wanna hear the real fucking story?" And told me her and showed me her whole life. It was like I watched a fucking movie, and the whole time I was like, "Damn, this would make a good movie." And she's like, "Yeah, tell motherfucking Hans Christian Andersen's ass that." She's like, Does this look like fucking hi ho, hi ho? Does this blah, 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 blah?" And from start to finish, she showed me her whole thing of, like, the real story of what Snow White was, and she's like, "Yeah, if you wanna make a movie, go ahead, but, like, make my fucking movie. Don't fucking Hans Christian Andersen Disney ass me. Like, make my fucking movie." And then I told my husband, and he was just like and I was like, "Babe, have I ever said anything like this before? Have I ever come out of a meditation and been like, I just saw the whole story to blah, blah, blah?" And he was like, "I don't even know this is." I'm like, "It had to I can't like, even talking about it to this day, it's just so weird." It was such a how do you ask for something like that? You know what I mean? It just came out of no and normally, I'm going in because I wanna know the secrets of the universe. I wanna know, again, what was before the Big Bang? What the fuck is God? How do I fucking do how do I have $100,000,000,000? Like, I have all these other things I'm thinking about. I have, like, never once in my mind was I like, "I wonder if Snow White was about a real person." Like, I never in my life has it ever occurred to me. So, um, hi, Mix. We're just talking about random shit right now. We're talking about, connecting with our spirit guides and connecting with, inspiration. Tam says she sounds spicy. Yeah, well, her life was really fucked up, and she was spicy. She was very spicy. Um, I don't wanna give it away because, like, what if I do make it into a movie? Um, it would just be like, "Holy shit," because I told my husband the whole thing, and he was just like, "What the fuck?" But it just, anyways, yeah, it's so I can't even, like, put a finger on, like, what it is like. You're like, "I came at the right time, good." Lexi says, "Princesses trust other princesses." Oh my god, Lexi. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna screenshot them because I just have to gonna have to. But, yeah, and so I never know what it's gonna be. I never know where they're gonna take me. Sometimes I'll, like, I wanna go here, and I'll go there, but a lot of times, I just let them take me because I don't know what I've just learned to get out of the way, and what they're going to show me is what I need to know. And like, so for, is Tiffany, are you still here? Tiffany, for example, she and I talked to this, I can't remember if she's the first person who told me to do it. She said the Council of Light wants to talk to you. And so now that's another place I go, is the Council of Light. I talk to them about like my mission on earth and like why I'm here and how to go about sharing my mission and sharing my message. You do every day an hour. Yeah, I do an hour every morning. And I gradually went up to that. I started at like 15 minutes a day, which that alone was life-changing, was amazing enough. But now it's like to the point where like I want my meditation and I don't even want to experience the day without it. I won't. I won't experience my day without it. Like I it's the first thing I do. So, Katie says, "Princesses just other princesses." I love it. Yeah. I know. I do want to make the movie because I think it would be really amazing and incredible. And it's like it's, I mean, as amazing as watching someone else's trauma play out on camera. That's what she just said. She's like, "Okay, go ahead and keep getting entertained off my fucking trauma." But also, I feel like she also like, why did you show me your story? Unless you wanted it told. Or I'm fucking batshit crazy, okay? But I don't think I am because I'm also extreme. I don't know. I could be crazy and logical. Who knows? But if I am, it's fun. I don't know. Oh, you said Hathor came to you meditation. Amazing. Yeah. I love talking to the goddesses. Yeah, when I first started talking to Lilith, she showed me her first experience and like I looked up they told me to look up the mythology about her first because they were like basically you need to see what she's because they demonize the fuck out of her, right? Like they demonize her horrifically. And they were like, I need you to see what they say about me. Or it was before she was her. There's what they say about her. And then when I met her, she was just such a like bad bitch. She's like, I don't want his funky ass seed. She's like, I am not breaking in and our word Adam for his nasty ass seed is like what she's like, fucking like she's like, no, I left that fucking shit for a reason. And it's just stuff. Yeah, manifest. Yeah, I talk to Lilith all the time. I actually she comes out of my when I do my so I go at the end of my meditation, I always close out by calling on my ideal self, and she comes with my ideal self now. And it's interesting because I used to like go to the door, knock on the door of my ideal house, and then I would go in the house and I kiki with my ideal self. Now, because I've been doing so much, it just morphs over time. And what happens now is like when I call them, I have a code, I tap it out on my hand because it used to be a gate code. Now it's just like the code. So when I call them, call my ideal self slinks out of my right hand, Roxy, and Lilith slinks out of my left hand, Lilith, obviously. And they like, I don't even know how to explain it, but they like come out of my hands and then they like morph in front of me. And then so I'll talk to my ideal self for a little bit. And then she usually doesn't have a ton to say to me, but it's always like, get your shit together, bitch. Like, we're really like, it's kind of like that energy of like, we are fucking bad bitches. Like, no, like she doesn't take any shit. And it's very like empowering energy. I love her. Okay. Tristan said, do guided meditations count or do you recommend you just for your mind to go silent? So I have a couple guided meditations on my YouTube channel. I would recommend those obviously. And then the higher self meditation is the name of the YouTube channel. It's a different channel. And there's one meditation from about 5 years ago, maybe even 6 at this point, and it's called Meet Your Spirit Guides. The cover is like bluish purplish color. It's got mountains and then there's like a mountain range, like a valley, and there's an angel floating above the valley. that meditation for guided or the ones that are on my channel, I would suggest yes, because they provide space for you to receive information. I'm not a huge fan of the meditations that just talk to you the whole time. I do have one that's like that, but it's more so like a vibe meditation. But I personally prefer, if I'm going to do a guided, I do the ones that leave space at the end so that I can receive information, because that's, for me, I want to receive. Like, that's why I go into meditation, and and that's probably also a reason why I meditate for an hour, is because I don't feel like my meditation is complete until I've received. And so that first half, like I was talking about, a lot of times I'm combating my own thoughts and I'm like in my own way. And so I don't even want to get up and end the meditation until I've had time to like receive and like, cause then they take me on a fucking journey and it's always somewhere incredible. Am I going to do any more meditations? Yes, I am. I'm going to start putting some more out soon. I'm working on kind of creating some new tracks, and I'm actually going to go into the studio this Wednesday to create some more affirmations. So there will be more coming. And thanks for asking. Oh my goodness. Okay. Manifesting, just call on her. Just clear your channel and then call on her. Say her name a few times. When I'm calling on people's energy, I'll tell you this is how I do it. I will or get epic meditations. I'm like, do I really want to go into my whole process right now? I'll just say this. Yeah, clear your channel, call on them, and then visualize them coming through. Allie, I'm glad that the SP ones work for you. Yeah, there will be more soon. So Ray, thank you. I so appreciate you. If you're just now joining, I apologize. I am about to jump off. I've been live for 2 hours, and yeah, it's like, okay, it's time. So I guess homework. This week, I want you to talk to your spirit guides in meditation. Your job is to, every single day, I want you to practice getting quiet. You don't have to do an hour, but I want you to practice getting quiet, clearing out your channel, meaning imagining just like emptiness in your head. Send the thoughts away, send the thoughts away, send the thoughts away. Emptiness, emptiness. Focus on not having a thought. Focus on trying to not have a thought for an extended period of time and kind of putting yourself into a nice little trance. I always listen to meditation music, unless I'm like meditating outside, obviously. But otherwise, I'm listening to meditation, and there's thousands of them on YouTube. People are always like, what's the one you listen to? It doesn't fucking matter. I almost don't even want to send it because it literally matters zero. You just have to find one that like works with your ears. And there's thousands, if not maybe millions of them on YouTube. There are so many of them. Find one that you like the sound of, because you're going to have to tune out to it. Jacques, welcome. Hello. I'm glad you're here. I'm just about to jump off, but I'm glad you made it. I have the replay for this training is going to be on my YouTube channel in the Mindset Monday playlist, so you can rewind it and start it over. Manifesting said, tomorrow I want to clear the channel for my spirit guides. He said, I'm a master at manifesting. After focus on self-concept, I was thinking this week's challenge could be meditating with spirit guides. Yes. So that's your challenge. Your homework this week is, I want you to meditate in a way of like, you're clearing out your thoughts, you're shutting them down, quieting your mind, sending them away. And then after you kind of been in that little trance of nothingness for a minute, then you say, hello. And you wait for an answer, just like you would on the telephone. You wouldn't say, hello, hi, hello, me. You say hello, and then you say nothing, and you wait for the other person on the line to respond. That is how you converse with your people. If you want a deep training on this to learn how to do it, Epic Meditations is my training on my website, roxytalks.com. I don't have the link for it, but I might do that next week. You can sign up there. If you're working on learning how to control your thoughts so that you can always have control over what you're manifesting, no matter what your 3D circumstance is doing, no matter what triggers are happening around you, no matter what has happened in your past, that's 360 Method, 360method.co. And that's where I teach you how to control your thinking so that you can control your reality. Deborah, you made it. I know I'm just about to jump off. Lexi says, I hope I get Snow White. Lexi, if you do talk to Snow White, feel free to email me your what she says, and we can compare notes and see if that's like what she told me as well. I'm going to jump off. Somebody asked about Abraham Hicks. I just really want to answer that real fast before I jump off. But yeah, homework this week. Every single day, work on clearing your channel and starting up the conversation with your spirit guides and just listening to them respond. And also there's I think I have a higher self meditation on my channel, my YouTube channel. I have a couple meditations that you can do that with as well on my channel. Or if you're in Big Beautiful Dreams Club, then obviously there's several meditations in there. Oral 360 Method has 8 different meditations inside of 360 Method. Trying to think of other places in the 30 Days of Alignment. The boot camp has a meditation inside of it. I'm trying to think of other places there might be. And yeah, YouTube, there's more coming. Lexi, I know I won't give you a spoiler to my movie. I'll just tell you if it's similar, then I'll say, yeah, we're on the right track. And if it's not, I'll just say it's different, but I won't tell you. Because I was already thinking that. I'm like, well, I'm not going to divulge anything because I got to keep it secret. Brittany says, will it always be your guides that answer you? That's a really good question. I don't know the answer to. I would say what they're telling me now, it's like, it's who has what you're looking for. That's what they just said. So sometimes I'm talking to like straight up God. Sometimes it's like the council, like I said, the council of light, and it's like different beings. That's when I talk more about my purpose and like my mission on earth, like why my soul came to earth. Also, I'm supposed to be saying this. If you have received a message intuitively that you are here to usher in 10,000 years of peace, email me at hello@roxytalks.com. If and only if you specifically have received a message or an inkling, intuitive nudge that you're here to help usher in specifically 10,000 years of peace. If it's not those words, with the most love, don't email me. But if it is those words, email me and let me know. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to jump off. I didn't know it's time. But I wanted to, what was this question about Abraham Hicks? I don't know where it is. Somebody asked a question about Abraham Hicks earlier and I kind of saw it, but then I missed it. Okay. All right. Will it be like Abraham Hicks? It is kinda, for sure. Sometimes, and I feel like it's always different because even sometimes when I'm channeling on Mindset Monday, I wonder if it's the Bashar energy. Because sometimes sometimes I hear Bashar talk and I'm like, that's exactly how it sounds in my head. Like some of the things he says, like the way he says them. So I've wondered sometimes if that entity like comes to me sometimes, but I don't know. Lexi says, I used to be Mormon and they would preach about the millennium where there would be 10,000 years of peace. Really? I don't know anything about Mormon religion, nothing at all. Like I said, I was barely Catholic. I know nothing about Mormon religion. You're so sweet. Thank you for your compliment. I appreciate you. So that's really interesting. See, this is another one of those moments where it's like, there's no way that could have come from me because I just, I have no like seed for that to have grown into a tree in my world. There's no like frame of reference or starting point for that to have been a thing. And that's where I like, sometimes when I receive the things, I'm just like, okay, I believe you because like there's no way that came from. I don't even know where the fuck that could have come from. Um, yeah, you said, "I don't believe in that religion, but it just stuck me." Yeah, and it's because the thing about religion is, like, we're all receiving the same information, and whatever created humans created all humans. It didn't, like, create, like, only the Mormons, you know what I mean? So, like, religion obviously is just different, actually, hold on. In the quantum physics book, in, Holographic Universe by Michael Talbot, he talks about how in a lot of different people from different cultures and different times have experienced where you go to the place where souls are created. You're going to, like, that place where you come from. You're returning back to, like, God or the universe. And a lot of times there will be beings that guide you, and also the method of travel of getting to that place, sometimes it's a dark tunnel, sometimes it's a road, sometimes it's, like a floating thing, but, like, it's different on how you get there, and it's also different what beings come to you based on, like, your cultural background, but what they said was basically the people that were there traveling and talking to these different entities, they're gonna show up in a way to you that makes the most sense to you. So, like, if you're a Christian person, you would see maybe a Christ-like or angels or something. You would see something that represents what is familiar and comfortable to you. Whereas, like, one of the people that specifically I'm talking about, I believe he was from India, and so it was, like, Indian gods and things like that that he would see, but they told him that it's basically like whatever god you subscribe to or whatever religion you subscribe to, those you're going to see the beings or the images that represent that because that's what you expect or that's what you're comfortable with or that's what, like, you would make the connection to because of the cultural story that you have in connection with it. Oh. Maria, I'm so glad you like that book. It's incredible. Oh, Shantae says, "Nope, it's just 1,000 years." Oh, yeah, 'cause Shantae, you're Mormon too, right? Okay, so see, either way, see, like, I don't know. So, like, it's not coming from something that I just, like, made up because I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about. Um, but that's the message, 10,000 years of peace is what they keep telling me. So, um, Brittany says, "I died and came back to life when I was 14, and I just woke up in the woods to see my grandma who died before I was born. She got close to me and reached out and I believe sent me back." Wow. Brittany, you should really read the Holographic Universe book, specifically on the section of near-death experiences. There's a whole section about it, and this is why I love this book so much. It's just, like, all of the scientific evidence that they have, all the people, just tons of and maybe not all the people, but, like, all these compiled evidences and stories, anecdotes, thousands of hours of research, thousands of people and their stories and, like, all the similarities that they share. And so I've been reading about near death experiences specifically because that's just, like, the chapter that I've been on in for a while because it's actually a big section of the book. Um, and definitely they talk about, like, you being able to go back from those spaces sometimes, other entities sending you back, or like you said, people that are, like, comfortable to you or familiar to you, like you said, like your grandma, even if you hadn't met her, it's still, like, a familiar entity to you. So I think you'd really like it because it would really validate that experience for you. Oh, manifesting, I'm so proud of you, that's so exciting. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh, okay. Hi, Demetria. I'm just about to jump off, but I appreciate you joining. If you're just now joining, you can head to my YouTube channel to watch the replay on the Mindset Monday playlist. Yeah, my mall gate just started closing. I just felt the energy was like, just totally left me. That's another way I know that it's not all me because sometimes, like, the energy just fucking it just vacates the premises, and I'm just, like, standing here like, "Ugh." I'm like the John Travolta meme, like, what do I do?" I'm like, it's like you poured out all the liquid in it's just an empty, like, vessel on the counter. Sometimes how I feel. So it just all I felt it leave. You can probably see look at my shoulders. I'm all like, I'm like so tired now. Okay. Love you guys. What time does Mindset Monday start? It starts when I get online. I don't have a time anymore because I just don't. I don't live that way anymore. I'm a projector, and I just do things on my own time now. And I also just manifest that that's exactly how my world is supposed to work and run, and it makes everything work even better that way because that's what I get. Because that's what the life I get. It's whatever I say it is, so I just say it's that. So I'm living my best projector life, especially now that I'm 40. I'm like, I'm done hustling. I am done struggling. I'm done fighting against the stream. I just want the soft life. I want the good life. I want the chill life. I want the fun life. I want the wild life. I want the nature life. I want the princess life. And that's it. That's all we're doing. Until we decide something else is happening, that's the vibe we're in. So, oh my goodness. Will I ever do a live channeled messaging like the SP one? I might do another one. I like doing the only issue with those is that they're a little exhausting and draining when there's so many people on the call. And then I have part of me feels obligated to get everybody that's there. And so like last time we did it was like 3.5 hours and I was like drained. I was dead to the world after because it was such a huge like energy exchange. But I do love them. I do really enjoy the channeling sessions. I decided to offer one-to-one channeling sessions if you're interested. It's still at my regular rate, so it might be more than like some people might normally pay for a channeling session, and that's totally understandable. But I decided I'm not going to discount my time just because it's not a quote like the same type of coaching session because I'll still provide coaching, and I'm going to be using my channel too. So if you're interested, I did just open up some space for one-to-one channeling sessions, and it's $555 for a half hour or $1,000 for an hour. You can always email me hello@roxytalks.com if you're interested in that. Aaron, you said that, yeah, the one with the tarot was so cool. I know they're really fun, and actually, like I said, I really do like them. But I have this obligation to where it's like I feel bad if people are in the room and they don't get a reading. So then I end up staying like way longer than I, probably should. Like 3 hours of reading like that is a lot on your like energetic levels. So it almost takes me a really long time to recover from them. And then like after like 3 to 6 months, I'm like, oh, I could do one of those channeling sessions again. And then I do it and I'm like, I'm so depleted. So I guess I'm trying to find a way to make it better. I was just thinking though, like maybe I could do them in the beginning of my business. I don't know if anybody here ever took the specific person workshop when it was live. If you know my Manifest a Specific Person workshop, I'm just going to pop it up here because I'm talking about it. My Manifest a Specific Person workshop is my hands down best love manifesting content, period. Whether you're in a relationship or not, if you got some issues you want to work with as far as your relationship goes, best place to fucking be on the internet, Manifest a Specific Person workshop right there. But it's an online class now. I used to host it live and I would do it. I used to do 3 of them a week and we'd have 3 people on. So it would be like 3 times a week, we'd have a 3 little call with 3 other people and I would take them through that workshop. And then eventually I was like, I got to record this thing. I got to make this thing automated and evergreen because it just kept selling out and selling out and selling out. But they just showed me that like maybe we could do something where it's like 3 people on a call for an hour. And then that way, because I just feel like people in the channeling space don't charge enough like they should. And so like maybe the perceived value, and I'm projecting that onto it myself. I see that. But there's also the potential of doing like a small group. Yeah. Maybe a small group. I don't know. I want to do it. And thank you for reminding me again. And maybe it is something that we can work on bringing up more often so that it's not such a like draining experience. I don't know. Anyways. If you're just now joining, I so appreciate you. I am just about to jump off. I've been live for over 2 freaking hours. because I'm so good at getting off the thing. I'm very no, you get off first kind of vibes. But I love you guys so much and I always have so much fun. So it's easy to stay on forever, but it is time for dinner and I'm hungry and I love you guys so much. And your homework this week is I want you to practice connecting with your spirit guides and your intuition and getting into meditation, clearing out your channel and receiving messages and communicating with your people beyond the earthly plane. And if you want specific help with that, Epic Meditations at my website, roxytalks.com, is my training where I dive super deep into it. And Epic actually comes with a bunch of meditations as well. Now that I think about it, I know earlier I was trying to think of what of my trainings has meditations, but Epic has meditations in it, of course. So I supply you with some unguided and some guided meditations with that training as well. Whew, okay. I love you, Michelle. Thank you for being here. Thank you to everybody. Oh my goodness. Marcel, hi. I know I'm just jumping off, but the replay is available on my YouTube channel. Please check it there. And yes, I'll be back next Monday. I love you guys so much. Have a fantastic week. Go just love on yourself as much as possible and put your well-being first above all things. Your elevation, your frequency, your vibration above all. And that is how you'll achieve everything you want. I love you so much. If you want my help with your manifestation, roxytalks.com. That is where you'll find my courses, training, workshops, podcasts, ebooks, meditations, affirmations, all kinds of stuff there. I love you all so much. We're all raising our vibrations together. You have the power. I believe in you. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Bye.